Deepak, on that front, let me also read out the breaking news being flashed on our viewers' screen at the moment. This is something that Economic Affairs Division of Government of Pakistan has just posted. It is bizarre how they are trying to play the victim card in this situation. They have written, Government of Pakistan appeals to international partners for more loans after heavy losses inflicted by enemy. Amid escalating war and stock crash, we urge international partners to help de-escalate. Nation urged to remain steadfast, and they have in fact gone on to tag World Bank on it. This is bizarre, Deepak. Look at this, how they are trying to play the victim card in this entire situation created by themselves. Begging out openly
Sakshi,
for money.
This has long been a trend. Pakistan goes with a... exactly. Yeah. Pakistan has been going out with a begging bowl to countries across the world, even Latin America, and they will talk about, using aid for development and for the betterment of its economy. But look at the state of Pakistan at a time when the vast majority of the Pakistani people lives under, $3 a day. The Pakistani army seems just out of place. This is a modernized army which is now asking for submarines and buying new fighter jets. So there is this double speak on part of the Pakistanis as well. And it shows the imperial colonial nature of the Pakistani army that exploits its own people for its personal gain. All these generals, they've got properties abroad. Every one of them retires and, goes to massive estates. Parvez Kayani went to Australia of all places. Bajwa lives in England. Every single one of these generals, they have no stake in this situation. At this very point, they're asking the Western countries and indeed any person who would listen for money to help them, and they will say this is for the betterment of the civilians who've been hurt by the war. But make no mistake, every single penny given to the Pakistanis will go into financing their illegitimate war that they've been
Deepak, my apologies for
India.
interrupting you over there. My colleague Karthik is also joining us on the broadcast. Karthik, it's a big development coming in. In fact, we've been discussing this earlier as well, that now Pakistan is trying to play the victim card in this entire situation. Now they have openly asked for money. They are begging for money. They are saying that we are out of money because of the escalating situations and that we are the enemy. We are the aggregators.
That's Pakistan for you, right? I think that is quintessential, typical Pakistan going to the world with a begging bowl saying, hey, you know what, we are the victims here, we don't have money and we need your support and we need donation from you and we need financial aid from you to take care of our people and our economy. But eventually, where is that money going? I think, Sakshi, that's the question we need to ask.
Establish their family in London.
Karthik,
to establish their family in London, I believe
ensure that their
the money
terrorists
is
stay
going.
alive, then that is not the kind of money that any global multilateral agency should be spending.
Absolutely. Karthik, I believe the entire money is going to establish their families in London. That is where their money is going instead of...
Absolutely. I mean, there is no denying the army runs Pakistan and they have a puppet democratic government installed under Shehbaz Sharif. But eventually, if Pakistan is broke, it is out of Pakistan's own doing and nobody else's. Today is also an important day for that tweet to have gone out and for that begging bowl to be out in Pakistan's arms again. Simply because today is the day when IMF has to take that critical decision on a $7 billion bailout for Pakistan. Remember, Pakistan already runs more than $100 billion in external debt for an economy whose GDP is just a couple of billion dollars. So Pakistan's economy is just about $350 billion versus India, which is likely to close this year if things go well at $4.19 trillion. $1 trillion is like $1,000 billion. So India is $4,000 billion versus Pakistan just about $350 billion. And obviously the country is broke because the country is not running businesses. There is no capital investment. There is hardly any consumption. Inflation is high. Unemployment is high. Interest rates are high. All this because Pakistani generals and puppet governments have continuously taken the economy to the cleaners. The economy is absolutely rubbish. There is nothing left fundamentally in that economy. Compare that with India, which is the fastest growing major economy in the world.
Absolutely, Karthik. It clearly shows their economy is in shambles. Their infrastructure has gone for doldrums. They have just, artillery and ammunition left for 4 days of, in case there is any, escalated war in such
Their
situations.
forex reserves, Sakshi, are worth just 2 months. So, God forbid if this conflict was to continue for more than 2 months, Pakistan is going to be bankrupt well before those 2 months expire because the total forex reserves that Pakistan has, the amount of US dollars that it is holding is just about enough for it to sustain for the next 2 months. It's just about 7.6, 7.7 billion dollars of forex. Compare that with India's. India has more than 800 billion dollars worth of forex. So Pakistan's economy is in doldrums. It is in shambles. And if it is going to the world asking for arms, begging with a bowl in its hand that hey, give us money because our money is drying out because we are engaged in an active conflict. Well, you are spending money on feeding terrorists. You are spending money on keeping terrorists and their terror camps alive and safe and kicking in Pakistan. And is that what multilateral agencies and banks around the world and economies, developed economies, need to pay for?
Absolutely. And then we become the enemy, we become the aggregators, and they become the victim.